Well, good morning. Last time when we left off, we were heading deep into the frozen lands of Forochel to go find Lothrandir and tell him that it is time to join the Grey Company. And we got about halfway there. We are going to go ahead and continue our journey. Unfortunately, there were no fast travels because we've never been to Forochel before, so we had no stables. But we're getting there. We're not that far away. And, well, it's one of those rare places that we're not going to see too often. So we'll go ahead and take the journey. It is very icy. Now, this is one of those places where the mountains look rather unrealistic, unless these are meant to look like sheets of ice. Snow has melted and refrozen and melted and refrozen to get this kind of smoothish, lumpy look that snow gets when it's been heated and frozen multiple times. That I definitely recognize from living up north for a number of years. Fresh snow, very beautiful. The snow after a few days of being trampled on, driven on, melting and freezing, ew. Not very pretty at all. So we want to head that way. Oh, and a word of warning about the water. Now, not all the water in Forochel is like this, but there are areas where you can try to swim in the water and you will freeze to death. So the swimming really isn't an option here, unless you know where it's safe to swim and where it's not. I cannot remember what this spot is. We'll go take a peek since nothing will aggro. Yeah, these are bad guys. Korea pool. And you see there and Mormon here. Okay, back to what we were doing. Little camp over here. Trying to remember if there's a good guy here or just that decoration. Oh no, there are a couple good guys here. And these are Lossoth. They are native to Forochel, and they are a very hardy people. I'm quite accustomed to the cold. And these would have had to have been humongous mumoks, because those tusks were like outrageously big. No bears. Oh, Mr. Polar Bear. I'm glad you don't aggro. Oh, look. It won't aggro because, of course, I'm way over leveled. But it does still sense me. And that is a yearling. It's a baby. And then we have an aura. We have a snow or ice grim. More babies. Snow beast. Now here they're called picos. Frostworm. So you have a pretty wide range of mobs here in Forochel. Like you've seen the Angmorum. There's Dower Hands here. There are ice giants. Kind of surprised we see that much variety on the way to where we're going. And we are actually near our destination. Oh, I'll take that. Ancient silver, yes, please. Look at the structures off in the distance. Pretty impressive. Now let's see if this is a spot where I can demonstrate the freezing qualities of the water. Yep. You see her taking damage? Whoa, yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, she takes considerable damage, and she would be dead in a few seconds. Alright, so we have arrived at Surikala. We're going to go ahead and grab the stable. And we're missing Uraliri and Ziggelgun. And that Ziggelgun is way, way over here, so obviously we're not going over there right now. And Uraliri is even further away. So we'd have to go all the way around. We could stable back to Pinty Peldo and go down and up, and there's Ziggelgun, and then all the way through here to this one. Eventually I'm going to have to do that. But for today, that's not our focus. Hello, Lothrandir.
Some mysterious foe is endangering the prey of the Lossoth hunters.
You said it's time for the Dunedain to ride out of the north, Medriel. It is a long way to Rohan, and even if that be where Aragorn has need of us, none know the perilous road like I do. Yes, I have traveled in the southern lands. I have walked the hills and valleys of Inadwaith, been stalked by savage creatures in the mysterious woodlands, and climbed among the rocky heights of Forochel. There are dangers on that road that must not be dismissed. There is no guarantee that even a dozen rangers will come to Aragorn at his time of need, or at all. The blood of the Dunedain flows through my veins, and they will always be my people. But I have another people now as well, and I want them to be safe. I speak of the Lossoth. Will you help me protect them from the mysterious foe that strikes from the heart of storms and under the cover of black night? It says talk to Lothrandir and help him find the screaming shadow. And this is an instance.
We must finish it.
The Lossoth rely in large part upon the skill of their hunters. Forochel is an inhospitable land, and though they are accomplished hunters and know every hill and plain around the Ice Bay, there can still be lean times. In recent days, after some of the hunters have brought down game animals, a screaming apparition has descended upon their prey from out of the darkness and borne it away amid the Lossoth's confusion and terror. I do not know what manner of beast this may be, but I have tracked it to what must be its lair. Come with me and let us finish this screaming shadow that the Lossoth may bring in enough food to feed their people, and I will be satisfied. I will bring my knowledge of the Southlands with me as we ride to Aragorn. Since this is a solo quest and cannot be completed with a fellowship, I believe, yeah, I believe that Gus and I did have to do this separate, so.
The Ranger Lothrandir has knowledge of the southern lands through which the Grey Company must pass. But he will only take that road once he is certain the Lossoth of Forochel are free of danger.
They call it Forochel. I've heard everybody just call it Forochel. Look at this, Medriel. I had no idea such an expansive cavern existed beneath the frozen tundra of Forochel. We must be on guard as we make our way through the cavern in search of the screaming shadow that has harried the Lossoth hunters. It has carried away much of their slain prey, and what few tracks I was able to find came to the entrance of this cave before being lost in the shifting snows of this land. Do not be dazzled by the reflections in the ice. We must remain alert to all threats while we search the cavern. Shake a leg. Look there, we have found the inhabitants of this cave, and they appear quite hungry. And they look quite dead now. Although, I kind of feel bad because they just wanted something to eat. New deed, because this is the first thing we've killed in Forochel. The ice hinders our visibility, what threats may it conceal. So, it does kind of block our ability to see things, but not to such a degree that we don't notice things are there. We're paying attention. This is the most fascinating place. I know, it's not a good time to take a screenshot. At least he stood still for it. Wow, look at that. Not impressive. Okay, enough being a tourist. I'm coming, Lothrandir. We need to cover more ground, Medriel. If we search different areas of this cavern, we will have a better chance of finding what we seek. Cross that fissure and continue to search. I will explore in this direction. Okay. So, we're getting separated. And these will come at you from a distance. They notice you from a ways away. There's a bear over there. There's another bear behind that ice. And it actually kind of leads you into the direction that you need to go. Because you have to go into that fissure to go back up. I once made the mistake of trying to jump across. Didn't work out too well. And yes, we are slightly over level for this, but even if we were at level, this one is pretty easy if you know where you're going. Alright, so we have a worm here. Have a worm behind the ice over there. Oh, so pretty. Hello. Okay. Okay. I know, I keep saying enough being a tourist, and then I take another screenshot, right? But this is not a place you're gonna visit often. So, might as well take your screenshots while you can. The young girl crouches by a ragged campsite. Can this be the screaming shadow? Now, we're going to go into some dialogue that is going to reference back to a quest chain we haven't done yet. So it's going to be a little spoilery. But when we get to Angmar, we're going to be doing some of the we're going to be doing some of the side quests and the old main story to get us past the Watchers. And once we do, this will make sense. The girl stares at you fiercely, her eyes wild with anger and fear. She shivers in the cold, and her face is thin and drawn. There's a feral air about her, and she seems tense, poised to strike. Who are you? This is my home, the only home I have left. Medjil, what have you found? Stay back, intruders. Who are you? What are you doing in this place? I am no one. My people cast me out. There is no place for me in Angmar. They even took my name from me. Once I was a Ver, but no longer. Now I am Gunine. Gunine, without name. Now I wander, stealing scraps to survive. All that is left of me is anger. I will kill you. Okay, so it hasn't spoiled it. Gunane falls to the icy ground, exhausted and defeated. Hold Medjil. She is defeated. Stay your hand, Medjil, and I will put away my weapon as well. Listen to me, Gunine. You served Angmar, this we know, and it has gone badly for you since you were cast from your clan. You cannot steal from the Lossoth as you have done. You must find a new home, or you will die here among the ice and the snow. None would mourn you, no name, if you perished as you are. We will do you no more harm. Swear to me that you will leave the lands of Lossoth and seek an honest living elsewhere. This mercy is yours today. Do not throw it away. If you continue to trouble the people of Forochel, you will find that my heart has exhausted its pity. Do you swear it, Gunine? I will leave you this bag of food. It will last until you have begun to remake your life. Leave me. Let us leave this place, Medjil. Gunine will have to find somewhere to make an honest living, somewhere she will not hinder the Lossoth. She will find a more forgiving place to live, or she will die in this harsh place. Others who served Angmar would not have even that chance. So actually, it did not spoil things, and I'm glad I did not say more than I did. And I wonder if we do not do that particular quest chain in Angmar. Ooh, I've never done that before. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. There's another quest chain that may or may not be affected by that. Okay. Let's talk to Lothrandir.
The Lossoth will now be able to bring in their prey without interference. I thank you.
Gunnine's life is her own now. Whether it will be long or short will depend upon the choices she makes. If she spurns her help and continues to harass the Lossoth, it will be short indeed. Perhaps she will find a way to leave her troubled past behind. It is to be hoped she will do so, for otherwise she will perish, alone and without the name for which she grieves. You have done as I asked, and now the Lossoth will be able to bring in their rightful prey without interference. I will do my duty as I said I would. I will join the Grey Company on the South Road.
We must travel then to Ohio.
You should travel now into Angmar to tell the rangers Forochel and Golodir of the Grey Company's journey. Lothrandir listens as you briefly tell him the reasons Elrond felt Golodir should not be troubled with the errand. I see. I do not agree. But if that is the will of Elrond, then there is little enough I could say to dispute it. Forochel then should be told of the Grey Company's mission. You will find him at Oakhair, the settlement of the Travelorg in Angmar. Defeat an orc, goblin, or orc in Forochel. Really? Where do I find those? Way back here at Papacoda. Okay, so before we leave Forochel, I'm going to take a stable to Papacoda and take care of that orc problem. Okay, so we've finally gotten to Papacoda. And we just need to find goblins, which are in this direction somewhere. Fortunately, we only need one. Big moose. Sylvan Frost Antler. Some silver. Take that. Oh, some more silver. Nice. Not turning it down. Okay. Oh, there's a goblin. Kiss me. Could you please die? For the Greyhammers, you cry as you defeat your foe. All right, now. Final task for the day. We need to head to Rivendell. Because we're going to go a little off track before we continue the epic for the Grey Company. We're going to do part of the epic for Angmar, and it will make sense once I'm all done with it. Now, do we have a fast travel to Rivendell? Oscaroof, 21st Hall, Florian, Bree. Nope, we still have not gotten that fast travel to Rivendell. All right, so we can go to Oscaroof. Then we can travel to Rivendell. And before we do anything else, we're going to go see if we can't buy that fast travel. Boy, this would be a beautiful place to live. Look at these trees. There's all the waterfalls. I'm not really fond of the bridge, but, you know, I've gotten used to it over time. I have fallen off that more times than I can count. And that's the guest house. And don't mind me, I'll just move right into this place. It may not be my favorite architecture, but I don't mind. Look, it's got a nice big room here. It's only 2 rooms, but you know what? I would make do with it.
Will you stay a moment? I must speak with you.
Here we go. Hail and well met, Medriel. It is well that you have come. This morning a falcon arrived bearing a message for me from Esteldon, the hidden refuge of my people in the North Downs. It would appear that another such bird came to Esteldon from the north, gravely wounded, bearing a message from one of my kinsmen we had believed long dead. I know little more, for the message to me was brief, but Dervoon has asked me to come at once. My time here is short, and I cannot return now to confer with my people. My path lies to the south and to the east. Will you go to Esteldon in my stead and learn what tidings have come there? Speak to Dervoon, for it was he who sent the message to me. I fear that the news is grave, for Coronir was deemed lost years ago when his captain Golodir disobeyed my edict and took a company north into Angmar. They were never heard from again. It is a joy that Coronir lives, but what kept him from contacting us before now? So yeah, notice that Golodir's name is mentioned in there, which is why we're doing this side trip into the Angmar epic, because it will have relevance when we do the final part of the Grey Company quest. And that's all I will say on it. Now, one more spot we gotta head to. We're gonna go to Esteldon. Oh, that's right, I forgot. When you kill warbands in Rohan, you have a chance of getting horse steed cosmetic. Horse steed cosmetic. That might be worth doing when we get around to that. Of course, we'll need a help with most of them. There might be one or two we'll be able to do solo. Most of them we would need help with. Now, was it you?
How may I be of service to you?
You are offering various things, but do you have what I want? Craft ingredients, dyes, home, and tools. And the tools aren't very good, but it does have some nice statues for yard decorations. A reflecting pole and a map table. The map table's nice. And the Rivendell theme to put in your house. But you weren't the one I wanted to talk to.
How may I be of service to you?
Bunch of ambient environments, and that's for premium houses. So you can have your ambient environment be Aragion, the Aragion Holland Gate, Aragion Redhorn Pass, the Ettenmoors, which I've never been to, so I wouldn't know its ambiance from a hole in the ground. Ettenmoor's Bastion of the Free People, or Stronghold of the Enemy. Okay. Goblin Town Stairs as decorations. Yeah, no. It could be fun depending on how you're decorating, but yeah, no. Misty Mountains ambience. Home with the Sparrow, which is a lore master item and gives them bird speech. And you get to summon a little pet sparrow. It's very cute. More ambience. Bunch for the troll shaws. And I thought for certain. We got the horse already. Word of Elven Virtue, we got that already. Well, no, I guess not. I thought for sure one of these gave me the ability to fast travel to Rivendell. I'm going to have to look that up later, because I apparently was quite wrong.
How can I be of service?
You can tell me if you have a stable to the Stelden. You do. Thank you very much. I will take that. We'll go ahead and get on our horse. And of course, Darboon is over this way where he's always been.
What can I do for you?
Welcome, Medriel. Did Aragorn not come with you? Alas, but that is fell news. Well, there is naught for it now. You will have to do. Are you prepared for a long, dark journey? It is for Ram Dwarf into Angmor that I must send you.
What do you need?
Perhaps I should start from the beginning. Many years ago, one of our captains, a man by the name of Golodir, desired to enter the realm of Angmor, where he had heard rumor that the descendants of the ancient hillmen of Rudar had made for themselves a home there and began again to multiply. He suspected also that a shadow had come again unto Corndum, for fell creatures began to spread southward into the North Down. Aragorn forbade any to go there, for that land still had an ill name, though it has been barren for hundreds of years. Nevertheless, Golodir gathered those who would go with him and passed out of our memory, until a few weeks ago. A wounded falcon arrived, bearing a message from Coronir, one of Golodir's company, stating that he has been dwelling at a place called Oghair, a village of the hillmen somewhere near north of the Ram Dwarf. Will you go there and speak with Coronir? The urgency of his message makes me fear what has come to pass. I deem we have not seen the darkest times. All right, so we could use the map skill to get there, but we're going to finish off by taking the route that you would usually take to get to Oghair. And this would be the easier of the various paths to get there. There are directly two. There is indirectly a third one, but if you haven't done the epic, you're not going to pass it because the Watcher statues will kill you. And while we're doing that, we're headed straight ahead. There are two roads there, as you can see. I'll be honest, I don't always remember which one I have to take. One of them is a more direct route. The other one is a less direct route and leads us through a whole bunch of worms and drakes. And I'm also keeping my eye out for roving threat. Which I guess somebody was not amused by me playing with the roving threat. It was fun, though. It's always fun. Make him chase you. Okay, so we have this one here. And I will know pretty quick if I'm on the right path or the wrong one. Because if you're on the wrong one, you will start seeing worms pretty quick. Okay, this is the right one. So, you want the path to the right, not the path to the left. Unless you're killing worms and drakes for the deed, then you want the path to the left. So, this is Lemakoti. In this place, if we were to be doing the Angmar quest, which I may do a side series at some point doing areas that I have bypassed like this and Misty Mountains and Aragion, but you would start your questing here, and there are several quests to do here. But we're going to go past that, and we're going to continue on into Angmar. Which in some spots is actually quite a beautiful place. But it is mostly ragged or jagged mountains. I mean, you're not climbing this anytime soon unless you're an expert. And here we have arrived at Oghair. So this is where we need to be for both epics at this point. We just have to be careful who we talk to. So we want to do the earlier epic first. And we will start on that next time. But until then, bye for now.